They will be remembered by our people that way for the ages.
What's the greatest threat right now that Israel faces? Foreign threat.
Iran. You want the three threats?
Give me the three threats.
Iran, Iran, Iran.
Now let's take some time and walk through this. Obviously, Iran, we Americans have had to deal with Iran. They killed American soldiers in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
They back terrorism. They back terrorism that have killed American soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
They're building ICBMs. Obviously, they can hit Israel with ICBMs, but they can hit
They're
America.
not building missiles for us.
Yeah,
Mark, they're not building them for us.
Yeah.
They can reach us with their regular missiles.
Yeah.
They're building missiles for you.
For us.
Yeah, coming to a theater near you
Yeah.
soon.
So tell us why it's the number 1, 2, 3 threat.
Iran is trying to build an empire, an aggressive empire. You know, the radicals in Iran, which I don't think represent the vast majority of the Iranians, who are hijacked by this theocratic thugocracy. You know, they just took him over a few decades ago, and they keep them under tight, and the people protest. But these guys are ruling the place. They're oppressing their own people, and they're trying to conquer the rest of the Middle East with a view ultimately of dominating the world through their version of militant radical Islam, Shiite radicals. You know, the first targets are Muslims and Arabs, but we stand in their way because we are you. We are the little Satan. Ultimately, they want to get the great Satan. And this sponsor of global terrorism is not only trying to develop a land empire, but they also want to develop nuclear weapons. And I think that has to be stopped. And I see eye to eye with President Trump on that. And I think it's done a major change in American policy to stop Iran from getting nuclear weapons. Can you imagine a radical Islamic regime with ICBMs sponsoring terrorist groups and having atomic bombs? That's a palpable danger not only to Israel, but to America, to the entire world. And by the way, you know who agrees with me on that? Just about everyone in the Middle East. Mm-hmm. Just about all the Arab governments. It's a big change. So I think this is the number one challenge that we have.
And they are aggressively trying to move their borders toward your borders, aren't they? Through Syria, through Lebanon, with Hezbollah and so forth.
Yeah, what they want to do is actually develop a land bridge. Iran, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Gaza, Yemen. They're actually trying to encircle the Middle East before they conquer it. And this continuum from Tehran to Tartus on the Mediterranean, they just want to bring their army forward to Syria, which is right next to us. And I've said that we'll prevent them from having military bases in Syria, air bases, naval bases. Can you imagine Iranian submarines in the Mediterranean next to the Sixth Fleet or off the coast of Haifa? Mm-hmm. That's, we can't allow that. And we don't. We don't want Iran's aggressive empire to have this continuity towards our borders and towards the Mediterranean. That's a very great danger. They also are trying to arm their Hezbollah proxies in Lebanon with precision-guided missiles that could hit targets inside Israel with the accuracy of 5 meters, 10 meters. That's very dangerous. I made it clear that we won't tolerate that. But this is all Iran. Everybody said after the nuclear deal that Iran, coming out of the gate would be a more moderate, more peaceful country. The exact opposite has happened. They use the relief of sanctions to get